Okay, just want to do a quick video, not one of my usually overly too long popcorn required videos, but we have the new trading room. I'll slowly start rolling that in, probably at least one day, possibly 2 days next week that will be open for all of you, regardless of what platform you're on. And then that will probably be me initially. And then I'll kind of, put out more details about what the plan is for the longer term. And then into the next week, then we'll start the transition likely to, at times, maybe not only myself, but one other in the room. Uh, so anyhow, I want to get it up and running. I'm not going to wait anymore. I'll do it next week. I continually get emails requesting this, so we'll get it going. I don't see any scenario where we're going to ever be doing 5 days a week. I think that's excessive. What we're going to use the trade room for is to have a place to repetitiously show all aspects of fully automated trading on a range of instruments. So you can utilize that as, I guess a reinforcement for any training that you've already gone through. And then a place to ask questions, interact, and so on. And I think it'll be a phenomenal exercise. We're also not just going to cover, what's going on in the market, what automated strategy is being run and why through the session, but updates on additional data, optimization data that's been put out, and I would say high-level training on how do you perform higher end and quality optimization on your own. So you can go off and branch off from any data we put out and go out and look at your own bar types and this time frame and that time frame, just so you will learn at a high level not only the automated game but also the optimization game for any optimizing you want to do on whatever instruments you're interested in. I am getting a lot of emails Monday, then Tuesday, and then today, and then we've been discussing it in our Discord room. What is this perpetual up shit? It's kind of the tone of some of the emails and discussion. How in the hell does the market keep going up? Well, it's simple. The investment banks are getting to play with Fed discount window money. Most of the large hedge funds, the contacts I have, they seem to know about it. There are some people tracking it. None of them, Bloomberg will never talk about it, CNBC, but it seems to be, this is speculation by many, that it's some sort of pre-bail-in to the investment banks ahead of a commercial real estate unwind that should start accelerating in third and fourth quarter in the U.S. I think, what is it, about $1 trillion of commercial real estate loans are coming due and into the later part of the year. And there's grumblings already from banks and others that this is going to be an issue. And it's actually potentially going to be much bigger than anyone even expects. So let's take a look at what's going on. Well, my understanding from those I talked to that there's some sort of zero DTE options / futures automated trade that they use to absorb. Let's take a look at yesterday at the 8:30 open. There was a major 2 levels of support just below price. Now, how frequently when the market is sold off, do you get to the open and you don't even make a run to one of the support levels before maybe institutional side or funds, meaning like hedge funds, come in and buyers? That would be the norm because that's better prices offered to be a buyer and to go long. Instead, they run containment operations. So right away, the flow on zero DT options and futures buying is in concert together with automated systems to contain price and then move it away. And this one looked like they ran it down by design so they could add more. And then the rest of the day, any attempts at selling, right away we would see that zero DTE options and related was happening in there, and they just absorbed basically all the selling, and they run it up into the end of the day. Now, we did have a little bit of selling pre-market, and today we're seeing it was very active here and here, and it's just like clockwork every time we're coming into this level so far. They're turning that on. So you got to think about it. If they get to play with unlimited amounts of funny money, uh, they can make sure that they're never wrong, and they will continue to absorb all attempts at selling the market to push it up for whatever reason. Now, the biggest difference that happens when this activity goes on is we have a collapse in volatility. So in the olden days, when a market made a new high, let's say this is the previous all-time high in the NASDAQ, we made a new high, you'd have a global cashing out into the new high. So funds and smaller players and below that are holding longs from lower levels and stocks and futures are now cashing out and distributing into the new high, and it would tend to slap the market down. And the NASDAQ would easily go down 50, 60, 70 points before any buying and then maybe a breakout. You'd get a slap down from that global cashing out into pricing levels being offered to them on a long position you're holding to sell the cover that they've never been offered before. So nowadays we don't do that. We can make new high, new high, new high, and basically the price is just continually contained. Now we do have options expiration, so likely prices being pegged to an area where there's distribution going on. Until that distribution is over with, the institutionals are not going to let price break out of this area that they're trying to peg price to for whatever reason. We had this activity on the prior day too, 8:30, right away they came in. There was high 0DT options flow, futures buying, and that was held throughout the day. It continued to be held and propped up. We call it pump and park in through the overnight session, and so on. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday we've had that. We do have NVIDIA earnings afterwards. Now, tonight in Europe, there is a ton of news in the EU session. So I was telling some people last night, I said, hey, be short going into the overnight tonight. There's going to be some EU action. There's going to be some profit taking. We got a little bit. It was actually a little bit more than I expected. I didn't think we'd get that big of a sell. And then right away, early morning, they propped it up, leading up and held it through the U.S. session, and then they've contained it in a junk range of price so far. So not sure what we're going to do. Not sure if they're going to push a big, hard range extension rally or not. It looks like light distribution is in play so far, but we'll see. If we do break this area, we could trade a bit into the prior range, and then if NVIDIA has any sort of decent earnings or above, we'll probably do a rocket launch in the after hours session. So another part of the video is don't be holding any shorts in the after hours session after the 3 p.m. Chicago time close. That last NVIDIA earnings, the market did a rocket launch. So anyhow, that's what's going on. But yeah, we got the trade room. We'll kick off, start next week. We have our online live trade event on the first Sunday and Monday in June now. And this upcoming weekend, Memorial Weekend, you guys all have a fantastic holiday. But I'll be giving some more updates in the next 2 days, couple days leading up to the weekend, on what we're going to cover specifically. There's some important topics I want to hit on before I bring in a very experienced trade room person that has some amazing background and experience in things that are perfectly suited, in my opinion, for presenting on a daily basis, 2-3 times a week, whatever we end up landing on, helping you accelerate your learning process and understanding the prop game, how we're using these to trade prop accounts. So there you have it. That's what's going on in the markets. There's a lot of managing of price action right now. And when the biggest whales that are flown into the casino get to play with markers day after day, they don't have to bring any of their own money, then that makes for an interesting game, and that's what we have going on right now. It started heavily at the end of October on the last Fed meeting, the end of October, and this type of activity has been full tilt since then. So it's been going on a long time. I've heard a few estimates. It's over 4 trillion has been pumped in so far of the monopoly money. Nobody really knows. That's estimates from guys that track of, end of day data, look at the who bought what and, where, like was it an investment bank that bought, was it a hedge fund, who was doing the buying that day and who was doing the selling, and they're seeing this skew to what used to be normal data also. So there you have it. If you have any questions, info@gridalgo.com. Remember, we have automated in CTrader, MT4, MT5. We got the NT8 stuff, but we also have TradingView, indicators only, about to be a strat for TradingView, and the Thinkorswim iGRID system is in build also. So there you have it. Info@gridalgo.com for any questions.